I'm back out at our house again. The framers just left and Jessica's on her way out here right now because they only have one more day left of framing here. So I didn't come out here yesterday, and the last time I was out here, they were going ahead and putting up the second story trusses. Looks a lot different even from those last couple of days. We'll jump up here and see if I can point out the couple of differences. But definitely have everything sheeted on the roof now. Sheeted the rest of the garage. Walk around the outside of the house first. We're starting to lose daylight a little bit, so I'll try to make this a quick one and check out the inside before it gets too dark. So today it's about 37, 38 degrees out. So a lot of the snow we got the last couple of days has already started melting again. We're gonna go check out the pond and see if we have any water in there yet. From this angle, we can see that they have these small little peaks up here on the top of the garage. So they went ahead and added those. Up here, we have the front porch on. Trusses are out for that, as well as that peak up there. Might be able to see a little bit of that blocking on each side of the windows for curtain rods. Let's check out this end of the house. So we got this end of the house. Things look good too. I did ask about, probably hard to see, but right in the very peak up here, you can see that kind of punched out through the particle board as well. They said they went ahead and did that so that they can hoist it up with the crane and hook through there. And generally the people that will come and do the siding will either fix it or just leave it, since it actually will be up in the soffit. So everything is all wrapped though. And yeah, we're gonna head out to the pond real quick. Let me run down out here. I'm guessing we'll probably have a little bit more water in the pond. Since all this is melting, it's actually kind of a hazy, misty day out right now. And all of the snow that's melting should be trickling into the pond. I think tomorrow it's going to be a high of about 35, and then the next day it's going to be 37 again. And then I think we drop down into freezing temperatures again this weekend, highs of 9. And then next week we have, I think, a high of 39 on one of the days. So all the snow will definitely be back. Will be gone. Maybe some rain. You can see that's really wet up here in this area. So all of this is draining down into the pond. Kind of hard to see. The pond is just so deep, you actually have to get down here to be able to see anything. Yep, there's actually a little bit more water than there was. So before, just that little center portion was filled in. Now it's starting to trickle out and fill in this bigger area. There's still quite a bit of snow in this bowl though, that is slowly trickling down in. It's only a matter of time before it fills all the way up. Springtime is coming, and that's what's really going to make the difference, is all the water. Although I did read that here in Michigan right now, we are actually in a little bit of a winter drought. So we've got a lot less snow than usual, and it might actually affect our summertime weather from what I was reading. Here though, a little bit of that water that's up here looks like it's trickling down through this stream, ended up in this pool. Kind of just slowly trickling down through this area. Eventually it makes it down there in the pond with all this clay on the sides. It doesn't really sink down in. All right, let's run back up to the house. We'll check out the back porch area, and then we'll jump to the interior and see how things look in there. All right, so back up here at the house. Looks like they got a little bit more sheeting to put right here on that side. This will be the living room windows, so those of course will not get sheeting. That will all be open. Back porch. So this area looks really nice. Looks like they cut a little hole in the roof to be able to go in and out of there now. And coming back around to the garage again. Looks like we got a couple more deliveries. They're actually storing in the garage now. So this looks like we have some ridge vent. Also looks like maybe some of the tar that goes underneath the shingles. Shingles are not here yet though. Those should be coming, I think, tomorrow from what the guy said. And then this, very important, our windows are in. So windows are in. You can see they're the correct color. We got black windows, so far that's a good sign. Our doors are white right now. And they will be painting the doors black. So they're just kind of primed for now. Guess I should have looked up out here, because the last time I was out here they didn't have those upper peaks, those upper trusses on yet, and none of this was sheeted. So now they're getting all these little fine details sheeted, and need more sheeting in there and up there. Hopefully you can hear me over the wrap that is blowing. But let's jump in here. I don't think anything is really too different over here. It all generally still looks the same. Quite a bit of snow in here yet, so this should be hopefully melting over the next couple days. And I'm not going to go through all the rooms. I've already did that in previous videos, kind of showing and telling you guys what those are. Here's an important step though. No pun intended there. We actually have steps in the house now. So we have our upstairs steps and our downstairs steps. This will get a nice black railing all along it that will be ran horizontal. So that'll be a custom rail. We'll head upstairs in a little while. Just kind of checking out things down here. Let me back up a little bit. Take a full look at the great room. So again, all that sheeting on up there. And right here will be a focal point. So the fireplace, they got that all framed in. So that'll be going up 2 stories. Not sure if it's venting out the wall there or venting out the roof. And this will be shiplap, so we'll be covering this with shiplap. We'll be using one of our barn beam mantles. Still got to get to work on that, getting it exactly how we want it to look, the final finish. And yeah, shiplap all the way up gray. I think we're going in color. And then built-ins on each side of the fireplace. I don't think anything really too different in our master. Looks like they removed the final bracing that they had in here, supporting a lot of those areas. Shower, everything all finished here with the shower. Yep. Here's what I was talking about the this blocking that they put in place. So right here, blocking on all the windows for in the future if we ever want to put curtain rods there. That's how you know that you're working with some good quality people, is they're putting the extra effort to add those in there, not just cutting corners, because people won't see that once it gets hid with the drywall. You won't even know. Front porch. So this is what the front porch looks like now that those trusses are on. So you saw this peak from the front when I was out there. You take a look up. Again, just temporary posts for now until they get this poured right where this huge pile of snow is. This will all be poured full of concrete. All right, enough talking. Let's head on upstairs. First time walking up the steps to the second floor. Looks like they got a lot more of that blocking sitting here, put in certain places. So take a look over our 2-story great room. Take a look right out the windows. And up here in the front as well. So more of that blocking around the windows. You can take a look out the window, see the sheeting now. All done out there on top of the garage. And let's take a look over here. This window right here, they actually raised a little bit, so this is the one that I was talking about that was a little bit sitting almost right on top of the sheeting for this roof line. Coming out this way, you can kind of see where it's going there. So they raised this window up 3 inches. So that looks a lot better. Laundry chute, I didn't check out downstairs if they cut out for that out of the joist, the I-joist. Nice look over the pond that's going to be back there, and our woods back here. Yeah, I'm not sure when roofing is going to be starting, but that's the next critical point. These guys, the framers, said that they might be back Friday morning, just kind of doing the last little bit of touch-up work, but they are in the final stages of just wrapping things up. Let's head on downstairs. It's gonna be dark down here. Maybe I'll try to turn my flashlight on, but there really isn't too much to see down here. They ended up hanging this, let's see if I can even see this on the GoPro. They hung the stairs so that when they pour the concrete down here, this is up off the floor. So you can see they'll be able to pour right up underneath these steps. How that's hung up there. A little bit of snow down here yet. Still pretty crunchy. I'm guessing that's going to be melting the next couple days. And we shouldn't have any more snow down here. Let's head on over here to the crock though. Let's take a quick look in the crock with all this water and see if, let me switch hands, how much water we got in here and if it is running out. Yep, it's definitely running out the gravity drain. Pretty good right now. So good, we never got any ice inside of here. A little bit of frost around the edges of the crock and up on the top. But this never froze, so that's good news. Probably gonna walk around, check the walls real quick, just make sure that we don't have any cracks, or any more cracks, let me say, because there is still this one right here that we had form from just some settling that occurred, and right where they notched out where that beam is where it ended up cracking. So this is actually the garage right behind here. So I'm happy if it was gonna crack anywhere that this is where that did happen. Shouldn't have to worry about any water coming in from the garage through this wall. But after we go ahead and they get this house all sealed up and some heat into it, then they'll be able to come down here and epoxy this. It is just a surface crack though. On the other side, you can't really see anything coming through it. So not too worried about that. But yeah, I'm gonna probably end this video here. I'll be out here maybe Friday. We'll run out here again and take a quick look as to how things look with the framing all wrapped up. And we'll be on to the next project, on to roofing probably, maybe putting windows in, maybe they'll be putting the doors in. I got all done filming this video and I realized I never went and took a look at the laundry chute location. So that'll be the laundry chute coming right through there. So looks like they did just cut off that I-joist. So now that should be able to drop right through from the upstairs down into here. We probably would have rather preferred the laundry chute to be here in the laundry room, But if you take a look up, the second floor is not above the laundry room. Second floor starts right where this beam is. So this was the closest location that we could put it. It's fine. We're just going to put it in a little cabinet. So it's just going to look like a cabinet, and no one will ever really even be able to notice that it is a laundry chute hidden in there. And it's only a couple steps to the actual washing machine. So it's a heck of a lot better for the kids to just drop them down through there instead of having to truck them down the steps from the upstairs over to here. As usual, jumping into the drone video, you can see all that sheeting up on the roof. Things are starting to look really great. I mean, this is pretty much the final form, the final outline of what the house will look like. You can see our windows down there staged in the garage area. They went and installed these windows, I think the next day or two after this point. You can see the guys up here on the lift though, just doing the finishing touches on that last peak above the windows in the upstairs bedroom. Pond is way off back there in the left corner. We'll be going to take a look at that pretty soon with the drone, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep flying around the house, check out the master side. This will start looking and transforming quite a bit once we get our windows in on this side of the house. Those should be coming in next week at the time of me filming this voiceover. They've been pretty delayed because of the COVID delays that we've been running into. Out of everything, I think things have went pretty smoothly. We really haven't ran into any other delays other than receiving our windows from Anderson Windows, and I think it's just because we ordered the ones with the black trim. But these are the ones that Jessica had to have, and they really do make the look of the house with the black trim. We'll be putting like a grayish siding on here. Hopefully you'll be seeing that very soon. I'm going to be trying to edit at least 2 videos a week to get caught up on these. I know you guys have been eagerly awaiting this, as I've been kind of posting videos from the wintertime yet. I mean, there was 6 episodes on just digging the pond. A lot of people I know do enjoy watching that dirt moving happening, but now we're going ahead and jumping over to seeing all of the house being completed, all of the framing complete. But we're back out here at the pond now, probably about 50 feet in altitude, taking a look in the bottom of the hole. See, there's just a little bit of water down in there. This did end up filling up pretty fast though. I ended up running a time-lapse video on the pond. I'll actually be including a little bit of that at the end of this video, and you'll be able to see within a matter of a couple weeks, the pond started filling very fast. And at this current time of me filming the voiceover, I think we only have probably about 5 feet before it is completely full. I'm going all the way up to 400 feet in altitude with the drone though, just to see what things look like up here at this height. Bulldozer still staged out there on site from Finney Trucking, and now we can see the house from way up here. I always like looking at the angle that it's facing to the pond, how it's looking at the driveway coming in, and also seeing where some of that water is settling at. Over here on the left-hand side of the woods is usually where a lot of that settles. We're actually going to be taking a 6-inch corrugated drain and draining that from the woods over to the pond so that we don't get any of that water coming around the house. And also we will be taking all of our gutters, draining them down into corrugated tubing and running that all the way out to the pond as well. Might be able to keep that pond a little bit fuller in the summertime when we're using it for irrigation purposes to water our grass. Let's jump into some of this time-lapse video now though. Usually I edit out the nighttime time-lapse, the night lapses out of this time-lapse video, but I did leave these in here because a lot of the pond does end up filling at night. So you can see down there in the bottom of the hole where we started at, there was just a little bit of water down there. We did get quite a bit of snow at this time, and very soon it will start to melt and start filling up that hole a little bit more. I'm glad I did set this time lapse up because it was pretty interesting actually watching the water fill up this pond. And you know, it only took a couple events of warm weather as well as some rain, and it filled up very fast. This camera is just mounted over on the dock post, and initially I had it facing more towards the bottom of the pond. But once it started filling up a little bit more, a little bit faster, then I tilted it up so that we could see more of the edge of the pond. So at this time, this is probably the time that I was out there filming in person. We can see the bottom of that hole just being filled up. We got a little bit more snow, and as that snow starts to melt, this is when things started to really fill up fast. So right now, probably only about 2 feet of water in the bottom of it. Once it gets up to that first ledge, I know we have about 10 feet of water in that hole. But at the end of this time lapse, we're probably sitting about 5 feet deep. As usual, if you're looking at building in the mid-Michigan area, make sure you give Mark Hammond at Forever Built Homes a call. Link for his website is in the description down below, as well as you can see his number on the screen. It's been great working with him, and you can definitely see how great of quality work that he does. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below.